I can't wait for the Buccaneers fans to finally realize they're just gonna go in it. Hello, Patriot Wild fans. I'm your host, Patriot, and I can't wait for the Buccaneers to get eliminated. Wild, and today we are talking about the NFC South. So, with everything out of the way, let's talk about that. So, if you don't know what this series is so far, it will be on the playlist or the videos. So far, right now, we are covering every single division in the AFC and the NFC to depend on where each team will end up in 2020. Once we are done with the rankings, we will put them in my own playoff simulation to see who will make it to the Super Bowl and win. All right, here we go. So we're starting with teams. The Saints, featuring Drew Brees and newly acquired James Winston, but also Michael Thomas. We have the Panthers with Christian McCaffrey and Teddy Bridgewater. The Atlanta Falcons with Matt Ryan and Julio Jones. And the Buccaneers with Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, and Mike Evans. Let's start with the Buccaneers. Alright, first team on the list is the Buccaneers. I see this team going 12. Joke's on you. No, I see this team going 14-2. Yeah, 14-2. I see them being the Saints, Panthers, Broncos, Chargers, Bears, Packers, Raiders, Giants, Panthers, Rams, Vikings, Falcons, Lions, and Falcons. Sweeping the Falcons and sweeping the Panthers. The only teams I see, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I know you guys like to be called that. The only teams they're going to lose to are the Saints once they're in their stadium, and the Chiefs. Of course, Buccaneers are. But here's the thing with the Buccaneers. I want to bring up right now. You shouldn't be excited for this year. It should be for next year. Why is that? Well, my dear friend, Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians is supposed to be the quarterback whisperer. And of course, it didn't work for James Winston. You know it takes multiple years for a quarterback to develop. And usually for Bruce Arians, it takes 2 years. And you can obviously tell that it worked for James Winston. He went for 33 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. Yes, he had multiple interceptions, but guess who else did? Chris Palmer, when he was with the Arizona Cardinals. Back when it was his first year with Bruce Arians. Guess what happened? That didn't happen afterwards. He had more touchdowns than interceptions. In fact, he had 3 times more touchdowns than interceptions. So, that is something. So, yeah, sorry I brought this back. I just want to torture all Panthers fans. Next up is the Panthers. They dropped Cameron Newton. I don't know why. For Teddy Bridge. Actually, I didn't know why because of his injury. But for Teddy Bridgewater. I see this team going 4-12. And it's not because the Carolina Panthers organization dropped this man. Nope. It's just the way they were set up. They're gonna lose to the Raiders, the Buccaneers, the Chargers, the Cardinals, the Bears, the Saints, the Chiefs, the Buccaneers, the Vikings, the Broncos, the Panthers, and the Saints. Meaning that they're only gonna beat the Falcons twice, the Lions and the Redskins. Now, I'm going to be honest, I might have pushed it a little too far, because I could definitely see the Panthers beating the Raiders, the Cardinals, maybe the Packers. So realistically, they could go up to like 7-9. I don't know. It's just how I don't know. It's just the way I set everything up for my predictions. I kind of just screwed over the Panthers. So yeah, realistically, they could go 8-8. So even though that was unintended for my predictions, in a way, you guys kind of deserved it. You scumbags. Next up, we have the New Orleans Saints with their newly acquired Jameis Winston, Michael Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders from the 49ers, and of course they have their main attraction, Drew Brees. I see this team going 14-2, tying with the Buccaneers. I see this team beating the Raiders, the Packers, the Lions, the Chargers, the Panthers, the Bears, the Buccaneers once, the Falcons, the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Vikings, and the Panthers. I see this team losing to the Buccaneers and the 49ers. Could they beat the Buccaneers twice and beat the 49ers? Yes, of course. Could they lose to the Buccaneers twice? And even the Packers or the Vikings? Hell, they might even lose the Falcons. That's a joke. But yeah, they could. The lowest I see this team going, 11-5. The highest, probably 15-1. I don't see them having a perfect season. But here is the question, though. Are they able to even play? Knowing that Drew Brees might be racist. That's a question I have to ask Saints fans. And to finish it off, we have the Atlanta Falcons. Let's talk about the Atlanta Falcons. I see this team going 3-13. Yep. I see this team beating the Bears, the Panthers, and the Lions. Which means they're losing to the Seahawks, the Cowboys, the Packers, the Vikings, the Panthers, the Broncos, the Saints, the Raiders, the Saints sweeping down, the Chargers, Buccaneers, Chiefs, and Buccaneers sweeping the Atlanta Falcons. Could this team do better? Of course. They could beat the Raiders, Panthers, twice maybe. Maybe the Cowboys. I could see this team going probably 6-10. I don't see this team going any higher than like 8-8. So 8-8 is the highest I could see. But I'm sticking with 3-13. So and it's not because we beat you guys in the Super Bowl. Of course not. No. It's because you guys let us win. You seriously just... What was that play call for Shanahan? What was that? So yes, hope you guys enjoyed the predictions from the NFC South. So we have the Saints and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers tied with 14-2. We have the Panthers at the number 2 spot with 4-12, and the Falcons number 3 with 3-13. Of course, with the predictions, I have to do all these corrections and all that. So, see you guys next time when we finish it all off with the NFC East. See you guys next time. Goodbye.